right, so let's take a look here. So phrasing, what is it? Well, if you notice that music a lot of times has these things in it, right? These lines. You see how it has these lines here? And they connect the notes together. You may know them as slurs. And playing with slurs is known as playing legato. So what you want to do is they're used to slur musical ideas together or connect musical ideas. So when you talk, let me put it this way, when you talk in sentences and things, you have a certain cadence and a certain way you talk where you put different pauses in front of different things. If you've ever heard President Obama speak, he speaks in kind of an odd cadence where he puts pauses in different places from, what a lot of other people do. But that's basically what we're going for with slurs and phrasing, is that we are kind of putting in these little details. We're not actually stopping anywhere unless there's a rest there. But what we're doing is we're connecting certain notes together and then connecting certain other ones to kind of make what we call a musical phrase. Learning to play with phrasing will make your music sound a ton better, trust me. So what this is telling me here in this measure is that we have the first set of 3 slurred together. You see that? And I'm going to use the pedal to do this. There is pedal markings as well. And in general, when you have a break in the slur, you see how there's another slur line over the next group of 3. You want to have a break in the sound ever so slightly. So, and that's like kind of what when you speak in sentences and things like that, what you're doing as well. See how there was that just little break of sound? And actually the pedal marking below goes along with the phrasing. Generally, you change pedals every time you change chords, which we have here, but it also goes along with the phrasing. It really helps. So use the pedal along with it. See how I kind of phrase them together? You kind of can now hear that there are 2 different ideas going on. This first one and the second one. Now, what if I played it without phrasing? It sounds almost the same, right? There's just that slight difference. But you can hear it. It's like bum, 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 breath. Bum, 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 bum. And that helps create a musical idea. The difference in sound can be subtle, but very powerful. A lot of times in music, when you want music to sound from okay to great, you want to start adding in as many of the little details as you can other than notes, and phrasing is the way they do it. So to go over it again real quick, slur notes together, and they also create phrasing by having different notes slurred together. Also very useful for creating melodies and things like that. Let's go down here. Let me make sure we're in focus there. You see how we have this, we're looking at the whole line now. You see how you have slurs on the bottom here, but we're mainly looking at the slur over the top. You see how this slur is going over 2 measures here? Well, the idea, what they're going for, is you see how you have, we're just looking at the right hand for now. You have a G sharp on the bottom and the top of the hand, and then you have the group of 3, like we're so commonly used to if you've ever played Moonlight Sonata, and then you have the next group of 3. But you have a note on top here. See how the note on top is a half note? Well, what this slur is telling you is they want you to slur the top notes together. I have to hit that note with my other hand because my hands aren't large enough. But it's basically to tell you and to create a full musical idea. So let me play it without the slurs first. Sounds okay, right? I was hitting the right notes, but now let's try it with the slur and phrasing. Sound a bit better. Let me try it again. I think I can even do a better job at it. Another thing about phrasing is you'll have to practice a section quite a few times, maybe even a ton of times before you feel like you're getting the phrasing correctly. Sounded a lot better. Now, one thing you also want to do is if you're a singer, you want to sing that top line, going from one note to the other. That'll kind of help you visualize or conceptualize where you're going for. But you can also just play the top notes and slur them together first, just to kind of get an idea on what Beethoven is going for with this top melody. So those are the notes that he really wants brought out in this piece. So when you put it together with proper phrasing, you will hear that on top. Notice the first time when I played it without phrasing that you really couldn't hear that melody on top, and it just didn't sound as nice. So one really big tip I have for you to get out of this lesson is to start paying attention to slurs and phrasing. Whenever you have a break in the slur, you want to have a slight break in the sound. You don't want to actually pause, because then you're putting a rest in there and then you're actually messing up the rhythm. But you just want to lift up the pedal and lift up off the keys, very, very quick, without taking up any significant amount of time, and that will help you create better phrasing. All right, let's go through all here. I got some new people in the live stream. Welcome out if it is your first time. It looks like I have a lot of different names here today that I'm used to seeing, probably because we're doing a day live stream rather than one in the evening, at least at my time. Wow, people from all over the world, says Monica. I agree. It's really fantastic. Please do a lesson on modes and their relations. I can do that, Jay. Absolutely. I haven't done a lesson on that, so it probably would be very good to at least do an introductory lesson on what those are about. Thank you for your lessons. You're very welcome. From Dev Monk Freak says, what's good from Northern Virginia? You're actually pretty close to me. Let's see. I'm also on the East Coast of the U.S. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it, says Monica. Thank you for your lessons. You rock, Tim, she says. All right. Thank you, everybody, and welcome out to our live stream. Okay, so, that's basically all there is to it with phrasing. Let me kind of, maybe go over another part of the piece here. Let me get another page up here. It should just take a second here. Okay, I'm going to play the second page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play these first two lines without phrasing, and I'm going to show you how okay it sounds. It doesn't sound bad, doesn't sound great, but let's go over it. So here we go. See how it sounded okay, right? I was hitting the right notes, but let's do it with phrasing. So as you can see, there are a lot of slur lines to pay attention to. Like in this first measure, they really want you to sing out the top and bottom lines, and then see how there are no phrases and no slurs in the second measure. So they want you to break the sound a little bit, and that gives it just another level of detail, which is really nice. So here we go. I'm going to play the whole two lines here with proper phrasing. And here we go. We have another line of slurs here. See, it sounded way, way nicer in my opinion. The differences were subtle in a lot of places, but it really helped bring out the melody on top and the overall idea that's conveyed in the music. Because music isn't just random a lot of times. I mean, some composing styles are kind of like that, if they're going for something kind of artsy. But a lot of times they have a lot of structure. There's a lot of purpose behind the melodies and the phrasing going on. So make sure you pay attention to those. That's just the number one thing you want to get out of the lesson today, is pay attention to slurs and staccatos and things like that. But that's a lesson for another day. So check those out. First time on your live streams. Welcome Hilbert. Welcome everybody. Let's see. First should play right hand, then left. or both together at the same time? That's a great question. So if you're a very beginner, break it up hands separate. And if you're learning something like this as a beginner, learn a bunch of other easier stuff first. Work your way up to this. Once you start to get more advanced, then you want to try it first try hands together, but very, very, very slow, because eventually you'll train yourself to be able to process both hands at the same time, or sight read both hands at the same time. If you're just starting out, you do want to break it up hands separate, because almost always with beginning students, unless they are especially gifted, can't handle both hands and processing both sets of notes at the same time. So if you are in your first few months of playing, I would start it out hands separate, do right hand first, left hand, and then put them together slowly. If you're more advanced like me, you want to start out right away, hands together. Great question. And if you are interested in supporting the live stream, supporting what we do here on the channel, leave a super chat. It is completely optional. If you don't know what a super chat is, if you go below where the chat is, so you have the chat, and then you probably see your name. If you go right below that, there's like a little $ thing. If you click that, you can donate a small amount of money, which would really, really help keep the channel going, because it does take time and money to run the channel. And I'd like to expand things even more than I am right now, and that would be a great help. But it's completely optional. I just want to let you know about it. So it's right below the chat, little $ thing, totally optional, but I just want to let you know it's there, and it really, really does help us out. Okay, let's see. Let's get to some more questions. Would you also teach the third movement? Not today. I can definitely do that, though. Let's see. I wish I'd understand everything. I just started playing piano. So that would be a problem. Today I learned Lightly Row. Okay. Oh, that's a good beginning song for sure. I learned something new when I watched him. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Monica. Very much appreciated. Viho, I am 60, self-learning from YouTube, and nearly 2 years with little progression. Shall I find a teacher, but quite expensive? Very true. So it can take quite a while, especially at 60. You're not a spring chicken anymore, I'm sure, but you can still learn piano, definitely. I've definitely had a lot of success with older students. If you can get access to a private lesson teacher, even to just get maybe a couple of lessons in there, see if you can find a teacher that's willing to just do maybe like 2 or 3 lessons, if you can just afford that many, and that would help you out a lot. What I recommend you do is you go to, if you're just starting, well, you've been playing for 2 years, but if you're not familiar with my videos yet, let me show you. Let me change things here. Here. Okay, now let me show you around on the web a little bit. So now, if you are familiar with my YouTube channel, you might not be aware. Actually, let me do this. Oh, I see. I see what's going on now. All right. All right, just give me a second. So if you go to the YouTube channel, just type in lessons on the web, and you click on my face, take you to where we are. You click on videos, and then you see all the videos that have recently come out. But what if you're just starting out, you have no idea, there's so many lessons here, it's blowing your mind. Well, you want to go to playlists, and I really recommend you start with where it says your piano journey starts here. There's 4 or 5 playlists right here for you, and start with playlist number 1, work your way through all the way through level 5. That will help you make sure you're getting a solid foundation of the really early stuff you have to know, because if you know some of it but you don't know all of it, it can really hurt you later on. It's really good to have a good foundation of how to practice, how to strategize your learning, how to learn the very, very basic stuff from the beginning. So go through those, practice the practice examples, and then then you can probably freely go through a lot of these other playlists. If you're looking for a lot more, so say you like these lessons and you still want a good review of the beginner stuff, and you want to move on, maybe start to move on into the more advanced stuff not covered on the YouTube channel. After that, you want to head over to pianolessonsontheweb.com. Although if you type in www.lessonsontheweb.com, it should take you there as well. But let's take you there right now. So if you type in pianolessonsontheweb.com, it brings you to my website. I have a ton of courses here designed to help you learn. I especially recommend, let's see here, the Beginner's Pack, because if you take a look at the Beginner's Pack, it has the 4 courses. Now, a lot of these topics I have covered on the YouTube channel, but these aren't just instructional videos like on the YouTube channel. They also have printable sheet music examples. They also have, sorry for the pop-up there. Let me get rid of that. There we go. They also have, printable sheet music examples. They have some real songs to play. So there's a lot of other additional material. There are videos as well, and actually more videos than on the YouTube channel. But there's just a lot more supporting material to help you learn a lot more. And then once you're done that, you can go on to the other packs as well, or you can get them all for, one cost right there. So, the spring sale is over. I need to change that. Sorry about that. I just need to go in and change that verbiage there. I thought I did last night, but maybe I didn't publish the site. Oops, made a small mistake there. But anyway, check those out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to help you. Okay, let's see. Some new people in here. Yes, it is expensive. That is true. Oh, let's see. Hi, Tim. General Help Channel says, hi, Tim. Do you think that a digital piano is good? Yes, I do. Or do you need an acoustic one? No, you do not. Also, can you still play piano on a professional level without a teacher? That's a tricky one. The answer is kind of in the middle. Yes and no. You can learn quite a lot on your own. However, if you're looking to become a real professional to play in concerts and things, you can learn a lot online. And maybe you want to start there. Maybe you want to, check out my website or the rest of the YouTube channel. But after a while, if you decide like, okay, I'm really liking piano, I'm really getting a lot out of it, then yes, you do want to get a private lesson teacher. It will help you out a lot. But in terms of getting a digital piano, if you're looking for like a low to mid range, I'd suggest the Yamaha YPG 535. It's an 88 key weighted key keyboard. We actually have a keyboard buying guide coming up as one of the topics in our live stream. Actually, if you go to the YouTube or my website and you click on community, that's like the page for all of these live things that we do. And you scroll down, you can see what we are talking about the next few weeks. So on Friday, April 28th, we are having the keyboard buying guide, where I'll really go over the nitty-gritty of what you want to look at. But just a couple key points. You want 88 weighted keys if possible. You want to check to make sure it has pedals, built-in speakers, and is rated well. So if you find something on Amazon or another thing and it's rated well, you also want to look at the negative reviews too to see if there's a pattern of things people don't like about it. Sometimes people are just picky, but you want to check that out and go about that way. But you can get pretty far. I actually have a digital piano right in front of us, so it's not an acoustic piano. It works just great. And with the weighted keys, you're still developing proper technique. Every little piano is different though, so every piano is a little different. If you go and play on a real piano, you may notice it feels a little different, but that's true with any piano. So if you buy an acoustic piano and go and play on a friend's acoustic piano, it might feel different, even though they're both acoustic pianos. So you can get pretty far with a digital one. Okay, yes, it is expensive, says Monica. Bashu says, it's showing the future is not available in your area. Oh, man. This feature. Oh, sorry about that. It seems like a lot of people have been saying that, which is a shame. Because I tried the super chat thing, it's also not available in my area. Man, this is where I am in your videos. Thank you, Tim. You're very welcome, Monica. I'll try doing the donation through my computer. Yeah, try that out. You know what I'm going to have to do is I have a Patreon, but I need to update it with some like new information and kind of change the goals of it. So I will make that a thing for, I'll bring that up whenever I bring up the super chat, just so people can donate that way, because I believe that one's not as restricted. The super chat thing is brand new to YouTube pretty much the last few months, so a lot of areas don't have it yet, unfortunately. How long does it take to learn piano? A lifetime to master the piano. If you want to learn how to play a few songs, I'd say within a week you could start to learn, Mary Had a Little Lamb, maybe Jingle Bells, some easier pieces like that. If you want to learn more advanced pieces, maybe like For Elise, which isn't like real advanced, that first part anyway, you're probably looking at 1 to 3 months, maybe 6 months, depending on what kind of learner you are. If it takes you a little longer to get there, don't feel too bad. We're all a little bit different. So maybe 1 to 6 months for release, something like that. So within 6 months, you can make a very substantial amount of improvement and be able to play a lot of, early intermediate songs if you really work hard at it and practice every day. But to master piano, I've never mastered piano. I don't think I ever will, even if I started practicing today until the day I died. Until I'm like 80, hopefully 80 some years old, 90 some years old. I still wouldn't have it completely mastered, although I would be pretty darn good, I should say. But great question. Okay, thank you for coming out, everybody. I'll stick around for a couple more minutes. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up because that lets other people they know they can learn from this lesson as well. If you have any comments after I post the recording of this video, or if you're watching the recording, leave a comment if you have a question or something like that, or if you see somebody else leave a question, and you know the answer, leave the answer to that question because it really helps us all learn together. I can't get to every single question anymore. Fortunately, I try to get to a lot of them, or I set a time, like a certain time a week where I'll go through and catch up on some of the questions. But I like sometimes I don't get to a question and then I check up on it later and somebody else answered it and they had the right answer. So that's really, really cool to me, especially since we're all from different parts in the globe. And learning together, I think, is what it's all about. It's pretty cool that YouTube and the internet allows us to come together like this, because otherwise it would be impossible. Is the piano the hardest instrument to master? I think so. It didn't work. I'm asking me for the zip code, but I live on a military base. The zip code is from the USA. Sorry. Okay, so I'll come up with a different kind of thing for those of us who, live a bit further away but still wish to contribute to the live streams. So I'll work on that for everybody. But another great way is to, if you want to check out the courses on my website, that helps me out a great deal as well and helps out the channel as well. It's all part of the same thing. So, a lot of what I make and a lot of, what I earn, I do put back into the channel and everything. So the better everything does, the better the live streams will do. So it's all kind of the same thing. So if you wanted to donate that way, but get, courses out of it, you can do that as well. That would be a great alternative if you're thinking about that. I told my teacher about your videos and she said not to watch them because I'll get confused. However, your videos have helped a lot. Thank you, Tim. So you want to follow your own path. You know what? I found this with a lot of old school teachers or even new ones. And I hate to tell them, but they're falling behind the times because the future is online learning. Now, don't get me wrong. I do understand the normal points of getting a private lesson teacher. A private lesson teacher can help you correct mistakes. That's probably the biggest role they have. They can give you techniques based on what they observe you playing. It's tied to that feedback I was talking about a second ago. And they can, if they are well trained, they can clear up confusion for you. Great. Well, you can do a lot of that online as well, minus the feedback. I don't listen to you play, so I can't really tell you what you're doing wrong. But you can definitely learn a lot online. And all the information that I give you on this channel is all the information that's been passed along to me when I was learning music and through Westchester University School of Music, which is where I got my music degree from. I do have a degree in music. I do know what I'm talking about with most things. Every once in a while, I'll goof and say something that's, might need a little bit more elaboration to get the whole concept out of it. But if you find that you're learning a lot from my videos, keep watching them. I really put out good information on the channel, and it's the same information I give in the private lessons that I teach. So you're really getting a lot of the same stuff. The only thing you're not getting is that I can't hear you and correct your mistakes. But other than that, in terms of learning and watching me play, you can get a lot out of it, and a lot of teachers don't get that. A lot of teachers are fixed in this idea, especially if they've been teaching before the internet became a real thing. But I even know people my own age that say this. They're like, oh, you can't learn online, blah, blah, blah. It just can't be done. Well, they're wrong. They're flat out wrong. I have a student. We did a recording with him a few weeks ago. We call his pseudonym is Wolfgang on the channel. If you want to look that up, Wolfgang's Performance or something like that. He learned pretty much just from my videos. And then what happened is he was really passionate about becoming a piano player, and he played in front of a teacher of his, or not a his yet, actually just a piano teacher that was, a really high level teacher. And now he's in a music school because this teacher heard him and was impressed by him, and really corrected a lot of the mistakes, like gave him the feedback that he needed. So he started with my videos and got to a level where somebody saw this positive change in him, or that he had a lot of potential, and then they took him on as their student. Now he's like really, really getting high level stuff. Really high level learning going on. So online learning is also a great stepping stone as well. But it's especially really great for people who are just trying to learn piano, but not taking it on as a career, but they just want to learn to play some songs, learn some techniques, and things like that. But a lot of the same stuff I teach you on the piano, on the channel, is the same stuff I would teach you in a private lesson. Oh, DJ OG. Let's see. What's up, Tim? Been a long time, bro. How have you been? Welcome to DJ OG West Coast. It was probably at my first live stream, first couple, and he popped in every now and again. And I agree with him that your teacher is so wrong. Monica says, I'll check out your website. Thanks. She's an old Japanese teacher. She's great, but she doesn't explain things in only an hour. Yeah. So don't get me wrong. An older teacher, they have a lot of wisdom. They've been teaching a long time. They know a lot of tricks. But they don't know online, that things can be done online. They just don't know. And there's a lot of teachers, even my age, that still don't get it. And thank goodness, because I'd have a lot more competition, a lot more great videos here on YouTube. There are some great YouTubers out there, though, that teach piano lessons. My teacher wants money. True. But that's okay. Teachers need money because they need to pay their bills. I wish may some guitar lessons also come from you. I'm waiting for it, or any channel for guitar. Please suggest me. I don't know many people who play guitar on YouTube. I haven't searched that out. I know a lot of the piano players, like Piano TV. Liper is an oldie but goodie, and things like that. Or what's her name? Allison? The piano and violin tutor. But I don't know many about guitar, so unfortunately, sorry about that. You can tell Tim actually cares. His videos are extremely detailed and goes out of his way to teach piano lessons, basic and advanced. Much respect, man. Thank you very much. Pablo says, thanks, Tim, for all your time with us. You're very welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you appreciate it. I really appreciate being able and having the opportunity to teach you as well. So I think it works out a bit for everybody. This has been a great live stream. If you want to check us out on Friday, we're meeting on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to convert to your time zone. For a lot of you and where you live, it might be at an inconvenient time, but we're going to have another day live stream, maybe next Wednesday. I'm kind of thinking about picking a standard time to do these so you know when to tune in. The evening live streams have that set time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Friday and every Sunday, unless it's a holiday or something happens. But the day live stream, I'm going to pick a regular time to do it so you know when to check in, but that time hasn't come yet. I'm still just kind of trying to fit it in whenever I can fit it in to my schedule during the day, because sometimes it's a little bit all over the place. Should we give the piano exam if you're a self-taught learner? Do you mean should you take the piano exam? Yeah. Try it out. Actually, taking a piano exam isn't a bad idea because it can kind of help you measure up where you are and where the test says you should be. Because each grade has a certain level of like requirements and things like that. So taking the test isn't a bad idea. We don't have those tests as much here in the United States, but yeah, no, I'd say give it a go just to kind of see what you may still not know and what you need to learn. So I think it would be useful for that. Thank you, Tim, for your lesson, says Monica. You're welcome, everybody. All right, so I'm going to head out here. Next Wednesday, we'll meet again. I'm not sure exactly what time if you like this day live stream. If not, check us out on Friday. The recording will be posted if you miss it, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for learning with us today here live. And I'll check you out for the next live stream and the next lesson. So happy piano playing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the kind words, everybody. It really means a lot. Okay. Let me just type, thank you. Have a great day. Hello, students, and welcome back to the classroom. I have a question for you today. Never mind that. That was an accident. All right, peace out, DJ OG West Coast. Glad to have you with us today. Always welcome to come back, and thank you for your support. See you later, everybody. Sayonara. Hasta luego. All right, thank you, Monica, and I'll talk to everybody later.